Hi, in this episode, we're going to talk about how to do crafting in Dragon Age Inquisition. Hi, welcome to another playing episode of Gray Lightning, my video blog about making things and playing games. And this is the 10th and final essential lesson for playing Dragon Age Inquisition. It's about crafting. So as you play the game, you collect schematics and you collect materials. And you have the ability to combine those through crafting and create brand new equipment, weapons, and armor. Better stuff than you're able to find in the game or even buy from a merchant in the game. So it's a very important part of the game. You can also craft upgrades for existing equipment and make it better. You can even colorize or tint your armor, all the different pieces of your armor, and make it look really cool. So that's what we're going to talk about in this episode. Let's start with weapon crafting. When you go to the weapon crafting station, you'll open up all the schematics that you've found or bought in the game. Each weapon has a damage per second number, which indicates the best power you can get out of that weapon given the best materials you currently have available. The diagram shows me that this staff has 4 different components, and this is the most important one, and I select iron, which gives me my 102 DPS. But I have 3 other slots I can fill, and as I page through the available materials, the ones in white are the ones that I have enough of. If they're in red, I have some but not enough of that material. And you'll see on the right, it keeps telling me what the impact is on the power of that weapon. When I press Y and craft it, it puts it in inventory. I still have to go through the process of equipping it out of inventory to use it. Crafting armor is a very similar process. You pick a schematic, you pick the main material which drives the armor rating, you fill in the secondary slots to get the kinds of benefits that you feel that you want for that set of armor. And when you get something you like, you craft it. It gives it a name. You can change that name if you'd like, and then it's put into inventory for you to equip. Upgrades are add-ons that you can put on both armor and weapons. So let's look at armor. You can find upgrades in loot. You can buy them from merchants. They'll show up in your inventory, and you get them out of your inventory by applying them to your equipment. So here in armor modification, I'm going to pick the Vanguard Mail, which is heavy armor, and it has slots for heavy arms and heavy legs. And I can just pick them. They start out being empty, but I go down and select the Superior Vanguard Mail, and it puts it into those slots, and now this armor is better armor. You can pick up upgrades, but the best upgrades are ones that you craft yourself. And this process is just like crafting weapons or armor. You pick a schematic, and these schematics are simpler and require less materials. You put materials in the slots, you craft the upgrade, and then you apply the upgrade to your equipment. And now the equipment is better equipment. If you decide down the line to sell off a piece of equipment with upgrades, you can remove the upgrades and reuse them on something else. Later on in the game, you'll learn about runes, which are very special weapon upgrades that make weapons very powerful. And finally, let's talk about tinting. You also learn about this later in the game. You get a special tinting station. You can click on any piece of armor you own and you'll get a simple little tinting diagram, and you can go through and by slotting in different materials, turn things different colors, and you can just play with this to get something you really like and then save it. You can do this for you and for your companions. So this is the last of the 10 essential lessons. This has been a series to help people that are new to video games get started playing. I plan on making a similar series of videos for Mass Effect Andromeda.